cost something like $4.50. Under the seat on the road with me. In the backpack at a show with me. If I'm home, then I keep it in the sock drawer. Yeah, out back got a lot more. Yeah, hop the fence, I might pop for. The whole squad stocked up like the Glock store. This shit ain't registered on me, I'm like the Predator, homie. As long as I got my baby, then I will never be lonely. I put a dog in the kennel, I mean a bitch in a box. I'm shooting 22 or 40 if I switch out the top. I'm talking change out the slide. You could walk up or you could bang out the ride. No one survives, hang with the tribe. Inhale the smoke and then you feel the vibe. Everyone dies, look in my eyes. You see the cousin asleep, I leave a motherfucker dug in the creek. Ben thuggin', Jim Duggan with a big ass stick. Mask up, gloves on when you hit that lick. Go split.
The rules, keep a 40 in the pipe when I ride with tools. Ghost Glock on the hip, no phone clip. You can still catch hands on some grown shit. I've been feeling like the man since 06, 09, mo crime, nigga, mo licks, po bricks. Boy, I gotta get the dough quick. Know the ball, blow it all, then I'm back to get some mo chips. It's all day, brother, shit don't stop. Throw a foe in the wood or it ain't no chop. If she ain't fucking with the squad, then she ain't no bop. And if she gotta use her hands, then it ain't no top, nigga. Real spit from the lips of a Mac. Keep a pickle Rick Blick with the clips to match. It's been goons on deck and they fit to attack. I be hunting down dealers and peeling for packs, yeah.
When the car pull up, park the ghost. When the gun pull out, spark the ghost. Got a gun so big when the spark on foes. Son travel through time, that's Marty folks. Leave home with that I never do. Punks better bounce when I'm trekking through. Got them skating with a stick, no Gretzky moves. So catch a chop to the guts, no sepulchre. Oh, yeah, they ain't fucking with that. Feeling like God when I'm clutching the strap. Dime piece, that's tucking the stash. Fine freak, got drugs in the ash. That's bras, that's text, that's drug money. Really got tools, so it ain't a cartoon. We drawing that best, no Doug Funny. Shit go bow, now the crowd running. Four on my waist like Al Bunny, buddy. Who the fuck you talking to? Talking to. Shaka Doom, and we stay with that Mac like Romper Room, bitch.
Quick story, I'm gonna get it off real quick. My nig, I'm gonna tell you what it is. My nig, bruh, Q came through, told me this story, real life shit. He's like, hey nigga, I've been trying to get on this pimpin' hype, nigga, get my toes wet and shit, right? I was like, all right, so what goes on? You know, he's like, I got this bitch, nigga. I'm just gonna call her Baby Schmutt. And I was like, all right, so what happened was he was like, nigga, I don't have a spot for her to be hoeing at, nigga. And so I sent Baby Schmutt out on this little mission, nigga, my first time pimping, right? And this is like the next day.
Right on Tower Justice.
I'm like, all right. So what happened is like, nigga, Baby Schmutt went out on the mission, nigga. I was out smoking, like, I wasn't even in the situation, you know what I mean? Like, not like how it should have been. Nigga, she came back, cigarette burns on her, all type of shit. And then basically that drove him away from pimping, bro. He failed his first time. And he was just like, she came back wounded, nigga.
He was like,
so,
oh no.
I'll tell you this now, Frank. It's a wild game.
Yo, hey,
this wasn't good at all.
I'm an ice cold Mac. That wouldn't happen to me.
Jack of all trades, master of a few. I'm still trying to turn this rap into a mansion with a view. Now it's podcasting, people laughing when I tell a joke. Northern California, you could tell because of hella smoke. Hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again. I'm hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again. Was poppin' partners, I'm pimpin' play and put it in my pocket. If I gotta get it, I cop it. But if I don't want it, I chalk it up. I ain't talking, I chop it up with your main bitches. Jockin' Frank, but I ain't sharing profits like the stock exchange on top of the game. And I'm dropping the top of the steady mobbing. Fetty guapping, y'all just cheddar bopping. I pick it up and I let it off and I get the dollars. You better holler at me when you see me trick. I've been a boss and you better keep a tight grip on your bitch or else she's getting tossed up. Heck of hella,
better get your umbrella. It's raining game in Northern California, feel me like a knitted sweater, dipping and whipping wetter than a chipping cheddar, dripping while I'm staying sick, but still somehow I'm always getting better. Cause NorCal got more style, so fuck swag, y'all forced out. I'm toe up and y'all tore down like, oh no, good lord, child. So go and check the score now, no bullshitting, it's going down, man. I pulled them wolf tickets out your mouth, this NorCal slang.
Hella, hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again. I'm hella, hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again. Hella, hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again. I'm hella, hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again. I'm overdrafted, hella cash up in my jacket. I'm hella laughing, boy my life is hella savage. Used to be close, now it's hella static. I go to bat for the homies, I go to hell and back. With LA got hella traffic, I'll be in the bay relaxing. We used to sell the weed illegal, now we paying taxes. From open blasting in my backyard, rocking Oakley glasses to open caskets. I'll serve you, bitch, you won't be laughing. I'm gonna be gassing something like these cannabis products, so don't get popped out here like these cans of exotic. I'm off that lemon tree, bet they gon' remember me. Don't focus on the enemy, cause that's a waste of energy. Game old, the centipede, you could learn a thing or two. Someone might teach me a lesson, but I don't think it's you. Devil in a battle, what level you wanna bring it to? Bring the sample back and let that young bitch sing it you. Hella, hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again. I'm hella, hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again. Hella, hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again. I'm hella, hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again.
I be at the party with the Beyonce's, drunk off Bombay. Bitch, I gotta eat, this an entree. I been doing hella hexa extra out in Davis on that causeway. On my way to the Shark Tank, gas dipping the mob way. Throwing up teas when I'm putting my face on. Beeler full of trees, wouldn't you wanna face on? Chest going Yankee, posted up with the day ones. I'm high, it's hard for me picking my face up. I'm chasing the pay stubs, scraping and dipping. Dodging undercover rollers, I be paying attention. These suckers on the tip and I ain't taking a hand job. She want a Captain Save 'em, but my name ain't Hancock. Them little dudes sticking niggas up like tampons. Feeling like the season is for killers, no Cameron. I'm sliding on my way to Dirtbag Dan spot. I'm flyer than a jet, bitch, Benny from Sandlot.
Hella, hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again. I'm hella, hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again. Hella, hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again. I'm hella, hella, Northern Californian. Sit and listen to me spit shit, you might be born again.
People are not gonna watch this because Frank Stacks is not on here.
Caustic's not here.
I don't wanna. I'm not gonna watch it. I want to see. So
If fools aren't going to talk about how they hate other fools on the internet, then I can't watch.
I want to hear personal things about people.
I want to hear people's feelings. I want to hear people's feelings about feelings on the internet.
I don't want to. You don't want to fucking with LOD now, innit? Legion of fucking Doom now, innit? Innit, bro.
I love those the fucking Brits how they talk, huh?
It's alt account corny, dog.
I keep my enemies guessing, use success as a weapon. When I'm winning, they stressing, unless they think I'm a blessing. I work all day so these peasants gon' recognize I'm a king. You're in the face of a legend, like what you trying to be.
I got no faith in these peasants, I got them up in my presence. Feels like they float for a second, that shit I smoke is the essence. I put a scope on the weapon, all my enemies stressing. No throwing blows like it's Tekken, this shit ain't no Smith & Wesson. I'm talking about a 30-06, heard he got clipped, heard he got wild when he heard he got rich. Heard he threw a fit in the hotel lobby, don't call no cops, don't tell nobody, bitch. I'ma act a fool cause I can, plus I got gas to roll in my can. I don't flash cash at all on my gram, put that action all in my hand.
Man, follow the plan and we get it all. Hitting these licks and we ready to ball. Serving that shit that they sniff in the stall. Bitches be stripping and clutching they jaw. Nothing surprised me to been through it all. Couple of homies I wish I could call. When it's my time, no, I did it for y'all. Rather die on the rise and live through the fall.
Hey, I'ma put a rack on a flight. Oakland to Vegas with packs on a flight. Name brand shit, so we jacking the price. Made a quick flip, then we back in the night like it ain't nothing. Talk big, so we can't trust it. Free coast, so we ain't cuffing at all.
Oh shit, what's good, y'all? 30s, we back. Today is the 16th of February. This is episode number 4. Good to see you guys. We're talking about battle rap today, exclusively. But I did want to give you guys some channel updates before we go into the shit. But first, what's up? Who's in this bitch? Sten Skull. I love all those fucking the pics that you make. The Pat Stay one was fucking dope, and the one of me that we were flashing before the episode is super fucking sick, man. Thanks for that shit. You're the man. I see fucking Mr. Mike Cock is in this bitch. Fran Haig is in this bitch. I see a lot of the homies that we don't get to see on Monday because y'all live overseas and like it's probably a crazy ass time of night that we do the Dirtbag Dan show. So I'm glad we're doing this shit on Friday at 1 p.m. I had a lot of people out here, bitch, like, yo, we work, man. Like, what the fuck? We can't watch the show on Friday. It's not for you, okay? And you can watch it later. It's going to be on YouTube. But, yeah, James Ochoa. What's up? Why not's in this bitch? What's up? Okay, cool. George Flores. Thanks for getting the fucking ball rolling, baby. On that note, let's talk about some little show updates before we get this shit cracking. We had some technical difficulties on the DBD show on Monday. Oh my God. If you guys tuned in, it was trash. The fucking audio was all fucked up. And then we went to a phone stream because we had to switch laptops, but we didn't have picture-in-picture, or we didn't have like the displays on the screen. So it was a shit show. Surprisingly, everyone was like, best episode ever. So fuck. Who, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe we should fuck up every week. But we are actually like gonna fix that. And we're gonna all meet up before the show this Monday. We're going to get everything dialed in so we don't have any audio problems. And we're trying to actually set it up so that we could be streaming more often from both locations that we stream from on multiple platforms. So I could like be set up at my house myself, and these fools don't have to run across town to help me just like fucking sit down and bullshit with you guys. I want to do that more often. I want to do streams like this more often, maybe not entirely battle rap related. And you know what I mean? Like, it's a whole fucking setup at my house. So we're going to get that shit dialed in. Along the lines of that, been getting a lot of people hit me up talking about they can't watch the show on YouTube. There are region restrictions, I think, in other places. Obviously, like, I'm not talking to any of those people because we're on fucking YouTube right now. But I get hit up on Facebook all the time. And then iTunes, which we used to have the podcast on iTunes. We didn't see a lot of traffic from there, but then when we stopped doing it, we start to see people like hitting me up and being like, oh man, I'd like to listen to the podcast while I'm at work, and it's a bitch to do it through YouTube because of the data and all that shit. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna set up the Twitch. Like within the next couple of weeks, we're gonna be set up streaming on Twitch like while we do the podcast, right? So it'll be on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And then we'll also be streaming PUBG on Twitch because I play PUBG like crazy. So does Jordan. So does Caustic. So we'll definitely, like, a bunch of the cats from LA do, Smokey and Alfie. So we'll definitely like squad up and be doing some live PUBG streams throughout the week. I don't know if you guys like playing video games and stuff. I'm not good at PUBG at all. I'm fucking terrible, but I get really excited and really angry. So it should be super fucking entertaining, especially if it's like me and Caustic playing, because Caustic is a dick and he like leaves me behind and fucking takes all the good ammo and shit. So I just talk a lot of shit to him, and that's always fun. And heaven forbid we get Q on there, because Q is the funniest motherfucker on the planet. And he also is like a fucking super snake. Like, he'll just run into the house before you and just start fucking picking up all this shit. He's like, I got you. I'll give you leftovers. Fuck that. Okay, so yeah, just some quick updates. And then also, we updated the Patreon. And we added a whole bunch of different options for the Patreon. We're going to continue to add a whole bunch of different options to the Patreon between now and the next event, which is going to be the end of March. We're just waiting to lock in a date. Like we talked about, we're going to have Pigsty and Reverse Live headline that day. We're going to have 5 tryout battles. We're going to do a bar pong. So I will have the venue locked in by the end of the weekend. We'll announce the date. And before that, we're going to have more updates to the Patreon, because we're going to do the first bar pong tournament, and there's going to be early access for people. And we also want to do a whole bunch of different things with the Patreon, as far as like finding out ways that like you guys can donate and create content yourselves. You know what I mean? So like if, you know, there's something specific on the show that you want to see made into a CP short, or like there's people in the tryouts that you want to see battle each other. We want to create options for you guys to be able to like be in the driver's seat as far as like the content goes for the channel. So more on that soon. And we're going to do like a whole Patreon video, like a new one, an updated one where we explain all the new options and all the new content that we're giving you guys access to. Why it's fucking worth it to support the squad. And speaking of supporting the squad, fucking King of the Dot supports the squad, right? They're like top tier donators to Counterproductive. So I'm like, here's VOD codes, dicks. I'm going to send you shirts. And like, we don't want them. Give them to fans. So on behalf of King of the Dot, Monday, we're going to do a giveaway. And we're going to give away a t-shirt and a VOD code. So whoever answers a dumbass question or picks a bar pong phrase, some shit like that, just be tuned in on Monday. And we're actually going to be on the ball and on the shit and make sure that we get the shit sent out to you. I feel like we owe Code Gray something for picking something up. I don't know. Damn it, Code Gray. He gives us so much. Okay. And yeah. Oh, okay. Tomorrow night, if you guys live in or around the Bay Area, kind of super surprised, I'm going to be opening up for Dr. Octagon at the Catalyst in Santa Cruz. The Catalyst, big ass club, super badass. If you're not familiar with Dr. Octagon, just get out. Just leave the stream right now. No, it's Dr. Octagon. It's Cool Keith and Dan the Automator. It's one of my favorite hip hop albums in history. They tour and perform the whole album. I'm wondering if they do any other Cool Keith shit or Dan the Automator shit. I'm super excited. Fucking stoked. And shouts out to who was it? I think it was Eric Powell who like put me in contact with the manager at the Catalyst, who just hit me up randomly and was like, yo, you want to come open up for Dr. Octagon? Which is like, fuck yeah, hell yeah, I do, of course. So tomorrow night, Santa Cruz, Catalyst, Dr. Octagon show. I'm the only opener, but I'm going to have Caustic with me. I'm going to have Fredo with me. I'm going to have Reverse Live with me. Frack's on the fence because this is little baby birthday. So he's probably going to go like fucking look at the stars through a telescope with his friends. I don't know, some stupid shit. Yeah, no, I'm stoked, bro. Like, I'm a huge Cool Keith fan. Not just Dr. Octagon, but like Black Elvis is a fucking amazing album. What else, man? Dr. Doom. Fucking Matthew. I love that album. Fucking A. Yeah. Huge Cool Keith fan. And Dan the Automator too. Handsome Boy Modeling School. Deltron 3030. Fire. I grew up on that shit. And it'll be an honor to be opening up for those guys. Plus it's like, it won't be a super young ass fucking hip hop audience. It'll be like kind of like a bunch of cats in their fucking 30s, which is nice to perform for. Because your boy's getting old. And they seem to appreciate that more. I don't know. But I like the young shows too, because we get mosh pits cracking, and Cody and fucking Alicio just fuck fools up in the mosh pit. It's magical. God bless you if you're like a 16-year-old kid at an XXXTentacion show and you run into Cody in the mosh pit. There's a monster. Analog Bros is such a fucking great album. Silver Synth and Ice-T and fucking Cool Keith, like they're all pimps. It's Pimpin' to Eat is the name of the album, and they're just like in a grocery store, like holding up different items. Fucking incredible. Yeah. Shouts out to Zan Aykroyd for pointing that out. Love it. Okay, so yeah. And yeah, check me out. We're gonna be rapping over there. I'm gonna be doing a fucking show. And probably gonna set up an Atrium show that I'll be headlining in the summer when I release this fucking badass album that we got cooking. And I don't know if you guys seen the trailer for She to Sid. It's on my Instagram, and I think it's on YouTube too. Is it on YouTube? Not yet. Trailer for She to Sid is on my Instagram. It'll be on YouTube soon. Video dropping late this month, early next month. I'm just waiting to see when I can get the single on iTunes and Spotify. And then we're going to be dropping a few singles before we drop the album, all with music videos. Super fucking dope. Yeah. Enough about me. Bullshit. It's dumb. Let's talk about battle rap. No, wait, fuck that. Let's not talk about battle rap real fast. There's one more thing I wanted to talk about before we got into like the meat and potatoes of this show. if you guys follow me on social media, you've seen that I've been fucking hamming out on this fucking Tom McDonald dude. I can't let it go, man. Every day. Because people keep fucking responding. I keep thinking that I'm making the most, like, logical statements with regards to this fucking trash video. If you're not familiar, this guy Tom McDonald, who's a fucking Canadian dude, but for whatever reason has, like, all the fucking American flag accoutrement to promote this fucking, like, I can only describe it as an anti-cultural appropriation / anti-reverse racism anthem that was released during Black History Month. It's just so it lacks context, and in that is offensive. But I think that, like, the only reason I'm bringing it up now is because I feel like people have been like, Dan, you're giving this shit a bunch of energy. You're just giving this dude fans. And this is the point that it's like hard for me to make in, like, a paragraph on Facebook or Twitter and shit. I don't care. Like, if I'm connecting people that are fans of me to this dude and they're fans of this dude, like, unfollow me, follow this dude, fuck off into eternity forever. Like, I don't want people that identify with this kind of music to be my fan. You know what I mean? And if I'm, like, connecting this dude with his, like, alt-right fucking fan base, like a bunch of fucking white people exclusively who, like, are the type of people who say shit like, I don't really like hip-hop, but this song is great. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you as a fan. I never wanted you as a fan. You know what I mean? And that's all I have to say about that. I'm definitely not doing this in a promotional manner. Like, I hate to shine a light on this guy, but I think that sometimes things are so disturbing that, like, to ignore it would do a disservice. It's one thing if someone just sucks, right? And they're like, no, this is trash. I'm not going to give it any energy. But, like, this isn't just a sucky thing. You know what I mean? I think it's like, it's so backwards. It's such a, like, fucking Intuition said it best on Twitter. Like, it's not interesting or cool to be a white rapper anymore. You know what I mean? And, like, to be flying that flag in 2018 is just fucking ridiculous, you know? And it I don't know. It just feels like if I don't, this is the type of thing I want to fight against. So if, you know, I'm sorry if I seem like a little extra amped about this particular instance, but I just think that there's no place in hip hop for this shit whatsoever, like, at all. That fucking, like, tractor trailer trap shit that they came out with, where the fucking fools are all, like, on fucking, you know, monster trucks, like, with Confederate flags rapping. That shit was considerably less racist than this song. Considerably less racist, for fucking sure. One specific way is that the one black dude in that video wasn't crying because someone threw a piece of paper at him. What the fuck is going on in that music video? Oh my God. It's absurd. Okay. Let's fucking, let's see what you guys think about this before we get into the battle rap discussion of today. White Widow Hayes says he's a troll. He does all of his videos in this way to troll people. You know what? I think you're fucking right. Because I think originally I thought that this guy was just so fucking dim that he didn't, like, he's just Canadian. And you don't know. He doesn't have any fucking black friends. No one told him that that's not cool. But, like, when the way he, like, fucking uses the American flag to market the shit and he's in no way American is, to me, is like, oh, you're a troll. Like, you're specifically marketing your shit towards like, you know, the type of people that fucking rock America, make America great hats and shit. And, like, you know that, like, by inciting anger in people like me, I'm going to promote it and you're going to be connected to those fucking shitheads. So I'm, like, doing you a favor. But like I said, it's cool. Like, take all those fuckers, get on a boat, fucking sink in the ocean. Like, that's what I want you to do. Okay, what else? I'm glad you brought this up, Dan. How do you feel about freedom of expression in battle rap and in social media? So we're going to talk about that a bit today because we're talking about the T-top situation and like when battle rap crosses the line on like a beyond battle rap. You know what I mean? It's one thing when like Marv or like Pat is talking about Marv's brother and it's like, this is like, it's a bigger issue than battle rap, but it's ancillary to battle rap. It's another issue when like we're talking about a news story that affects people outside of battle rap, casual fans of battle rap, and then they're, you know, they react. So like we are going to talk about that today. I think that like I always say this shit with battle rap. I think with art and whatever, it's like you could say whatever the fuck you want. You just got to stand behind the shit you say. You know what I mean? So like if the dude was okay, look, even the Joyner Lucas song that is like kind of similar in that regard, even though like this song is just like the white guy half of the Joyner Lucas song, like I think a lot of people felt like the Joyner Lucas song lacked the kind of proper context to tackle the issue that it was trying to tackle. You're not talking about, you know, systematic racism or the industrial prison complex and just like all these different factors that, you know, are hard to deny have an effect on how we as a society function. And I think that, and how we deal with racism. And I think that you do a disservice to what you're trying to do by lacking that context. You know what I mean? By not diving fully in. And so it's like, do it. You know what I mean? Like take risks, try to make people think, but you got to understand when you're dealing with something like race, you're walking a fucking fine line and you better be able to provide enough context. And if you don't, then you just got to stand by the shit that you say and own up to it. That fucking Tom McDonald fucking prick, he's not standing by shit. He's mining his YouTube comments. He's erasing all of the negative comments from YouTube, all of the negative comments from Facebook. He's blocked me on all social media. He's not answering any questions about why is there an American flag on this shit? Like, what does this have to do with that? Like, he said, I want to have a conversation about racism. No, you don't. You want people to feel bad about people calling you a wigger because you got 6 fucking braids in your hair. You look like a fucking douchebag. And fools wouldn't, it's like, whatever, dude. Like, again, it's not interesting or cool to be a white rapper. Like, it's been done for fucking years. Like, you could just be a rapper and you don't have to be a white rapper. You put that fucking label on yourself because you're fucking lame. So it's, yeah, that's what I think. Like, I think that I encourage people to take risks, but you have to, you stand by the shit that you say, you know? So you better be fucking right when you're dealing with something that's that fucking a hot button issue, especially like now. It's like somehow in America, it feels like we're more like racially charged today than we were, you know, fucking in the 90s even, you know what I mean? Like I feel like there was a gap that was like after the LA riots and before, you know, Obama became president, where there was just like a lack of like you don't feel the kind of racial energy that you feel now. It's always there. It's always been there on some level, but now it's like the forefront of every news story and like people are protesting in the streets. Like, is this really the fucking time to be writing a song like that? You know what I mean? Like, especially if you clearly don't know, like he did this fucking explanation video where he's like talking about it on where he's like in that classroom talking to these people about it. But it's like all that you get from that explanation video is that this dude clearly didn't understand the topic that he tried to dive in. He's like, I'm from Canada, I don't know. Like, fuck you, dude. Then don't write the fucking song, man. It's stupid. Yeah, and yeah, plus it's that's a very good point. It was all actors in that room still having that conversation. All people who were paid to be there. It's not like he fucking went into a classroom in Oakland and had a discussion about cultural appropriation. Like, that seems like that would be a little more valuable, you know what I mean? Charged, guys. I told you, this shit upsets me on a level. And it's whatever, like, I don't care if fools like this fool's like coming from a wigger. Call me whatever you want, dude. I don't really give a shit. Like, that shit doesn't affect me. I'm not gonna write a song about how I'm not a wigger because I'm so offended that you called me one in the fucking YouTube chat. I don't care, bro. That shit doesn't matter to me. It shouldn't matter to fucking Tom McDonald. And if he wants to be a rapper, just focus on being a fucking rapper. Quit trying to make songs about how you got all the answers and mumble rappers don't. And fucking, you know what I mean? Like, why are you harassing me? I didn't put the noose on your neck, man. Fuck you. pretty blue eyes. Everything that is said in that song makes me want to fucking puke in my mouth. All right, sorry. I'm done, guys. Let's talk about fucking battle rap. And today, the topic is fucking, when do battle rappers cross the line? I'll probably do it a lot. I probably just did it 5 minutes ago, and I'll continue to do it for the rest of my life. We got some, I want to show you guys the T-top bar. I'm not going to show you like a bunch of the footage because I don't know, like, I'm sure this is like some bootleg shit that I'm pulling up. So we're just going to go to 59 seconds, and we'll run the actual bar that he said that like kind of causes the outrage. And then we'll play T-Top's apology, and then we'll just talk about this shit and break it down and how you guys feel about it. Whether or not you feel that the backlash from this was warranted, or, you know, did he take it too far? Was it too soon? Like, I feel like there's so many different opinions that you could have on this shit. And this is a great, you know, it's unfortunate that this happened, especially in this battle, because I think the general consensus is that T-Top beat JC, which was not, what I wouldn't have expected to happen. T-Top had like a out of body experience performance, but then it all becomes overshadowed by this bar that got a lot of attention in a negative way. So let's go ahead and play that.
Fuck you gonna teach me, homie? Bitch, I'm the teacher. You look like the nigga we stuffed under the bleachers. He walking. What the fuck you gonna teach me, homie? I'm the teacher. He look like the nigga we stuffed under the bleachers. He walking in his hotel lobby. If I see you, they'll find a Midwest bitch in the freezer. Kanika, your best. Damn.
So, if you guys aren't familiar with Kanika Jenkins case, it was all over the news. This young woman in a hotel room was found in a freezer. And she froze to death, obviously, fell asleep in the freezer. There's footage of her like wandering through the lobby in different parts of the hotel. Looks like she's clearly inebriated, but they don't like, there's so many like question marks with regards to that case. And I think that's another reason why it brings up a bunch of sore subjects for people, is because people don't really know exactly what happened in this case. But T-Top said this line, and immediately after there was like a big reaction on Facebook, especially from Midwest rappers. Some of the people in Chicago specifically were, hit up T-Top personally and were like, no fly zone, you can't come out here. You know what I mean? I don't know if he just made the public apology or if the family requested the public apology through battle rappers or rappers that were contacting him on Facebook. I know that it was important to him, and he actually even says it in the apology, that he wanted to make sure that the apology was released on the same platform that the battle was released on, which unfortunately is fucking impossible, because even if you drop it from the URL channel, like, there's no way as many people are going to watch that apology as are going to watch JC versus T-Top. You know what I mean? So like in that instance, there's really no way to take back the bar, right? But let's hear T-Top's apology, and then I'm going to talk to you guys about it, and then I'll kind of let you know what my opinion is on it.
What's going on, y'all? This T-Top. First off, I want to start by saying I apologize to Kanika Jenkins, her family, her friends, her loved ones, the city of Chicago, just everybody who felt offended about the material I used in my most recent battle. I actually used her name and her situation as a reference and a punchline, which was totally out of line. You know, sometimes as battle rappers, we like straddle the fence on being too disrespectful, and I, for one, can definitely admit and say that I went too far on this one, and I apologize again to her family. I will make sure this gets on the same platform as the battle, so everyone who sees that can see this and know that I definitely can acknowledge my mistakes and admit when I was wrong, and this time I was wrong. So again, I apologize to her and her family. God bless.
That's a good apology. I'll tell you this, like, so often when people apologize for anything publicly, they like deflect, or they like, will in some way create an excuse for what they did. I didn't hear at any point that he was like, I thought it would be cool or whatever. He didn't say anything to try and deflect for the situation. He said battlers crossed the line. But then he fully acknowledged that he might have fucking made a mistake. Can we get the chat back up? Yeah, I guess it's all right. That's right what I was going to say. Javon Foster just said it. I think if you didn't call her a bitch, it may have been okay. I think that the context of the line is what fucking really makes it offensive. Because if he's just saying, they're going to find him in the freezer, Kanika, then you're just stating facts about the case, right? But then the power in the bar comes from him relating it to JC and saying you're going to find this Midwest bitch in the freezer. JC from the Midwest. He's a bitch in the freezer, like Kanika. It's all that's how you make. It's just the bar definitely loses power when you remove that Midwest bitch from it. But again, that's the core of the offensive part of it. Otherwise, you're just stating kind of factual shit about the case. You know what I mean? So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think if you left a bitch out, it would have been cool, or do you think that just in general that the proximity to when it happened, it being fucking super soon, and also this is another thing we were talking about is obviously this reached the people who are affected by that tragedy a lot faster than let's say someone a Sharon Columbine bar is getting to a Columbine victim, and there's a huge gap in times between that shit too. But I think that this is an instance where the people who were affected by this tragedy had some connection to the rap scene in Chicago and the battle rap scene probably, and that's why they reacted so fast and were able to contact T-Top so fast, and he made an apology so fast. Otherwise, this isn't the worst shit that's been said in battle rap by far about any tragedy or any kind of major event. Caustic had a Boston bombing line in Boston a month, 2 months tops after it. You know what I mean? And fools are oh, but because I think the connection to the audience isn't as great, then there wasn't that immediate backlash. So what do you guys think? Choosing when to be offended in that format. What are you saying? That's why Cadillac Ron was the realest in the game. Yeah, Caddy really didn't give a fuck, but he was again he would stand by the shit that he said. So, but I don't know. I can't think of an instance where Caddy said something that was that he was always just trying to be offensive on the 1-to-1 to the person he was battling versus a situation that would be offensive to everybody as a whole. You know what I mean? Outside of just making sure that the battles were racially charged because he felt that was one of his best weapons to disarm his enemy and to get the audience on edge. I knew that that was a tool that he would use. But again, I can't think of an instance where he said something that really outside of just saying wild racially charged shit that affected anybody outside of the ring. This is just a sign of battle rap going PC like the rest of everything else. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think it's going to have a huge effect on battle rap as a whole. I think people are going to continue to say out of pocket shit. I think that this is a medium where saying out of pocket shit garners attention. But you don't want to fucking not be allowed to go to Chicago, dude. You know what I mean? So it's I don't think that. I think the apology, and not that I'm saying the apology isn't insincere, but I think the apology is definitely motivated by the fact that, that's a group of people in a region that, is close to where T-Top operates. I'm sure he wants to battle out there. You don't want to close that off from yourself, you know what I mean? And make it to where you don't feel comfortable going to a city like Chicago, you know what I mean? So I don't know. That's different. Ryan said, "Element, could you imagine a Cadillac Ron apology video?" I cannot. We kind of seen one right after he slapped Frack. He apologized immediately and then hugged him. So that's about as close as we'll get to that. Don't the hate speech laws have an exemption for art? I don't know, man. That's a good question. And I don't know, if that was considered hate speech, or if you're talking about the Tom McDonald shit, which also isn't considered hate speech. It's just lacks content, so it's fucking interactive. I think as far as battle rap goes, lyrics like that happen, cold shit gets reactions. I think so too. I don't think it's going to stop happening. But I think that, again, like, I don't think that when people who are affected by the Virginia Tech massacre are hearing Virginia Tech bars and then like contacting the battlers and being like, you can't come to Virginia, motherfucker, we're going to fuck you up. Like, the reaction to this is directly related to the how quickly the close connection between the actual tragedy and the rappers that are and the bar and the people that are saying it. You know what I mean? Like, it happened like that. So, all right. People who are saying things are becoming too PC are almost always privileged white people, by the way. Yeah, I guess that's true too. Because fools just want to be like, why can't we say racist shit anymore? It's like, I don't know. Whoa. I'd rather hear anybody else complaining about things being too PC. Okay, what else? In the U.S., is fine under freedom of expression laws, but in the UK it's different. That's I'm not familiar with like how like the First Amendment and like hate speech laws affect battle rap as a whole. I don't think it's ever even came up, even though people have said some of the most hateful shit in the world in battles right in front of my face. He said the hate speech comment in context of UK gun laws. I'm pretty sure you couldn't prosecute two actors on a movie set. Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly, right? Like, you're not going to like lock someone up who's playing Hitler in a movie. So, I mean, it's context, right? And I think that battling is entertainment, but it's also supposed to be like an entertainment that's based on a level of reality. Obviously, fools aren't like shooting each other and shit. We talk about shooting each other all the time, but I don't know. It's a sticky situation because it's just like there's reality to that bar and there's not reality to that bar. He's obviously not going to put JC in the freezer, but like a woman died in that manner and he's referencing it in that. So it's like it's a weird line to cross. I can't think of too many other bars, honestly, that are that direct and close to the event that would even get that kind of reaction. Like, most of the shit I'm thinking about is more like specific to like battlers saying really offensive shit like about people's family members that died or something like that. And that, I don't think it's felt outside of battle rap. Matt makes a good point. Diz literally impersonated Hitler against a Jewish person. And I think people generally thought it was funny too. Obviously, like, you know, it's a context thing. Like, and, you know, there's a huge gap in time between when, you know, the World War II happened and fucking when Disaster versus Iron Solomon happened. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a good. Javon Foster brings up a good point. Proof situation in Detroit. Like, if you say a negative bar about Proof, even to this day, it will not fly in Detroit. Like, if you say it in New York or in California and then you go to Detroit, like, fools are going to fucking press you about that shit. And you know, it's been quite a while since Proof passed away. I feel like you could almost say the same thing about Mac Dre, but the connection with Proof and the battle rap scene in Detroit is a lot bigger than Mac Dre and the battle rap scene in the Bay Area. Like, Proof being, you know, Crew with Eminem, and 8 Mile being like the kind of a genesis point for battle rap for a lot of people. Like, there's a close fucking connection there. So, and I think that you know, Proof's friends like Eminem or like Royce are actually people who are watching battles and shit like that. So again, if you know, you're trying to walk a fine line there, and I don't think like I don't think there's as much room. Like, what are you gonna say negative about Proof in a battle? You know what I mean? Like, not really a lot to work with there. Whereas this like Kanika Jenkins situation, it's like any kind of news situation that you know, you have a freezer. Like I said, there's no reason to call this young woman a bitch, and I think that's where the fucking problem comes in. But then you're like, you can relate. You can be like, you're a bitch in the freezer. Like there's more room to work with than like just saying like you died like proof or you're going to get shot. Like that's not really creative at all. And I don't think goes anywhere. So. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think people were upset when Roan said the shit about Caddy. And I talked about this many times before. I got the point that Roan was trying to make. I didn't appreciate it. But it didn't upset me. It didn't upset me in the way that it upset other people, including Caustic, who was like in the ring for it. Because for me, it's like Caddy was like the guy who was all for like saying all the crazy shit in a battle. And like while I think he would have just been stoked to be mentioned in the title match that year, you know what I mean? Like I think that's cool. And even though it was in a fucking stupid ass way, I'm glad Caddy was present for the title match. And that's how I look at that situation. But again, that's not like, that just really affects the people in battle rap and the people who are like had relationships with Caddy and his friends and maybe then his family outside of battle rap. But like that Kaninka Jenkins situation, that was national news. I watched that shit, you know, it was on the news fucking constantly in the Bay Area. So and it's an interesting case, like, because they don't know exactly what happened. You know, if there was any foul play or whatever, or if she just wandered into the freezer, they're not sure how she even got into the freezer. So I think that the fact that it's like a kind of an unsolved thing lends itself to people getting angry about it. You should only say bars that hurt. You should only say bars that hurt people, if not sad face. Yeah, I guess. Buddhist shouldn't battle rap. I don't know, guys. I think that people are going to continue to say offensive shit. I think that saying offensive shit is like the core of battle rap. But like, why do we have to? Why is shock value such a valuable tool? I don't know. I think it's like, I'm always more impressed by an MC that thinks of a bar that like was out there in the world for anybody to think of than like someone really like taking a risk with something that's like shocking like that or whatever, you know, like that. So it's funny because I think that like in the beginning of battle rap, we really cared about being personal in battles. And like, as this thing has moved like further, you know, a decade later, I feel like people are, generally enjoy bars that are more general now that kind of fit for everybody. So, there's less of that, like, straight like shock value shit. More of the shock value shit comes with personals than comes with like just random, I'm gonna shoot you, like real creative, you know, bars like, you know, like Big K with like the dread slide on ice, cool running shit. Like anyone could have said that for the last 15 years and it's a fucking awesome bar. I think that shit plays more. I think Matt is right. I think shock value is almost always a crutch. And when you look at the battlers who used shock value consistently, I don't think they're good people. I don't think none of those, I don't think like, when I look in my head at like the dudes who are like always saying offensive shit, outside of Caddy, nobody tight. You know what I mean? And like the way Caddy did it was unique to his own shit. It wasn't like he was always taking a risk on the 1-to-1. He wasn't like just going to say some offensive shit to like piss off any particular group of people. He was going to try and make everybody mad equally. And I just like that Caddy is like always the exception to every single one of these rules. Everybody would be like, you say that, but what about Cadillac Ron? Well, fuck yeah. Caddy do whatever he wants. He's a fucking god. Okay. So let's have a conversation about some fucking BOTZ battles, because I see people in here saying we need more kilowatts, and I fully fucking agree. But before we move on, Cobra Paint said hashtag Uno Lavos. What a fucking brilliant example of someone who always used shock value to fucking get attention, because maybe the bars were lacking. Probably. So yeah. Shouts that. Oh, and Arsenal. But the way, like, again, like Arsenal's like in your face, like spitting in your face, telling you your mom's a bitch. Like, that's different. You know, like that's fucking, man, he's the king of disrespect. I always say was because he retired, but then I remembered that this motherfucker is unretired now. So yeah, Arsenal is another guy who fucking like Can you think of like Arsenal shock value bars that weren't like directly personal to the fucking person, where he just said some shit that was just like, whoa, man, too soon? I think more often it was just like him telling someone directly that their mom or their baby's mama or whatever was a bitch or a dead bitch or whatever, something wild. Brute, I haven't cut my hair in fucking probably 6 months at least. I want to say longer. This is the plan, guys. Like, I'm just shooting music videos and fucking taking pictures and doing shows looking like a fucking psychopath. And then as soon as it gets like hot outside, I'm bringing all this shit down. I'm not going to shave the beard all the way off, but it's coming low, baby. And I'm going to cut the hair and everyone's going to be like, damn, that motherfucker, you got in shape, Dan. Truth is, all this shit just makes my face look fat. So it's a good look. Yeah, that's true, bro. For real. I haven't cut my hair forever and I'm going to cut it soon. Yeah. Okay. What are you saying now? Is BOTZ going to pick up where KOTD left off out there? Assuming KOTD isn't going to do events in LA anymore. I don't know if KOTD isn't going to do events in LA anymore. I think that like I'm not super focused on doing events in LA because they got LA Battlegrounds. Ruin Your Day is they're operating out there just doing the one-off battles, but I know that Avo is planning something, and I don't feel like LA is a region that is like lacking right now. I'm entirely focused on the Bay Area. San Jose is our hub because I feel like if you live in San Francisco, if you live in Oakland, if you live anywhere in the Bay, it's pretty easy to come to San Jose. It's kind of central, and it's where I live, so that's where we rockin' now. Maybe we'll expand throughout the Bay Area. We actually did BOTZ battles at the Bunker, so we have done shit in LA before. But as far as like picking up where KOTD left off out here, KOTD did one event in San Jose, and it was super successful and fucking dope. Why they didn't do another event in San Jose beats the fuck out of me, man. I fucking asked them to for 2 years, and instead they just did like 15 in Toronto. So whatever, it's unfortunate, but that's definitely like why I, like part of the reason, like when I said I'm not doing the commentary for King of the Dot anymore, it was because I wanted to focus on my own shit. Well, focusing on my own shit means like reviving the scene in the Bay Area. And it feels like a conflict of interest to me to be working for another league when I'm solely focused on like bringing attention to this league in the Bay Area. So like, I'm going to pick up where fucking Grind Time left off with the Bay Area. That's what we're going to do. By the end of this year, motherfuckers are going to know that it's lit in San Jose, it's lit in the Bay Area. You can come out to BOTZ, you can do a battle. It fools all these battlers that want to come out and come to the Bay and smoke all this good weed and all this beautiful weather and all these beautiful women. Like, it's good, bro. Like, we got it out here. So I'm picking up where fucking Grind Time left off. That's how we doing it. Bang. Okay. Well, thank you, Wabo. Thizzler on the roof. What's up, Thizzler? I wish KOTD wasn't so white that they have to try to be diverse. Woo! Yeah, man. It sucks that like people perceive the two larger leagues like that like KOTD is like the white boy alternative to URL, especially since there's a bunch of like dudes who made a name for themselves on URL that are battling almost exclusively on King of the Dot now. As far as like our shit goes, we're trying to make like we're not trying to be lane specific, right? Like, so if we want to be able to have people go on from our shit and go to URL and go to King of the Dot and go to the UK and battle other fools, and not have it be like, oh, that's the fool from the white boy league to go battle other white boys in the white boy place. Like, I like it to be like, that's a Bay guy going to battle a guy in New York, or that's a Bay guy going to battle a guy in Toronto, wherever. Like, hopefully we can continue to grow this shit and have it not be like, not get pigeon-held into that fucking whatever. I don't even know if that's the right way to say that. It's like you're holding pigeons. Is that how you say that shit? Whatever. All right. And yeah, the Bay, man. Like, that's the thing is like we like a lot of people forgot that like one of the largest like pushes in battle rap, the thing that got it to where it is today, was the Battle of the Bay series that happened for Grind Time in Oakland. That made all the fucking difference, right? So like it's crazy that when Grind Time fell apart, that we just let our whole shit get bought up and imported. And the reality is that I was having too much fun battling, traveling around the world. I know Lush was doing the same thing. He was focused on music. Like a lot of us, for whatever reason, that could have taken that leadership role and right when Grind Time fell apart, created a new home for battle rap in the Bay Area. We were just focused on doing our own thing and having fun. I regret that. Now I'm focused on bringing BOTZ back to a point where it's at that level where people know that the Bay Area is fucking the place to battle. And I'm definitely focused on that. Bang. Yeah. URL, Keegan says, URL West pretty much has you white boy classified anyways. Hey, man, like, it's whatever. Pretty sure the first BOTZ champ is a black dude, but I don't know. Whatever, however you want to paint us, man. Paint us with whatever brush. Just make sure you're painting. I would say no press is bad press, but Tom McDonald. Okay, I'm looking forward to see Sam defending the belt. Me too, man. And we got a couple really dope title contention matches lined up between now and BOTZ 10 this summer. So I don't know. We're not going to do it like in a tournament format. We're just going to create a couple matches where people know, obviously, okay, man, whoever wins this match is a guy who's in line for the belt. And then if you have a few of those matches and one of the guys has an obviously like super standout performance, then it's easy to pick from. I think we might do like a poll, but it's not a poll that we're going to go by. It's just going to be a poll that we use for reference as far as, you know, putting together these battles. But we got some dope candidates. And a lot of people that you guys are big fans of have been hitting me up like, I want that belt. You know what I mean? Including Madflex, Ronnie, list goes on. Reverse wants it. He says he doesn't want it, but he fucking wants it. He just wants it to like exist for a little while before he fucking ruthlessly takes it from somebody, which is awesome. And I like having a belt. I think that makes us the fucking best league on earth. Yeah. Okay, where we at, guys? It's a fucking slow week on 30s. Had fun with Sam here last week. Shouts out to Sam Colt for coming out. He fucking he gets all nervous when he does this shit, but then he's super smooth on camera. So I appreciate that shit. There are a few people that have been hitting me up. What'd you say, Thizzler? Oh, this fool said Tom McDonald and Megadeth 2-on-2 versus gun titles. No, absolutely not. But fuck, man. I hope somebody else throws that battle so I could fucking make fun of it exclusively on 30s. Shouts out to Thizzler on the Roof, by the way. Promoting music in the Bay Area in a big way. Fucking respect. And appreciate you guys fucking posting some shit about the boy Frack. LimeWire 03 out now. Would you let a Canadian do a tryout battle? Dude, we've had multiple Canadians do tryout battles. We have no Billy Shakes, Canadian dude, won a tryout battle, came back and did other battles. We don't have any region restrictions. I guess you got to speak English. I mean, shit, you don't have to, but fools aren't going to understand you if you don't. But we are... I'm trying to establish BOTZ as the premier tryout league in the world because no other fucking league is really focused on developing talent on that level. I think the general consensus is for like the larger leagues that like if they don't hear you're the shit, they don't want to fuck with you. I've watched people go from being all right to being good, and I've watched people go from being good to being great. You know what I mean? So I know that if you give people the opportunity to battle and you give people the opportunity to get better, that's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So I think we're going to get... and we all laughed at the same time at the same thing. Beautiful. I think we're going to get... we're going to be the guys that are creating the talent that's making up the larger pool of the big names in battle rap in 5 years. I think that A, because nobody else is doing it, and B, because all the dudes that are big names now are not going to be battling in 5 years. I mean, a lot of these dudes are going to be fucking 40. So, whatever. Yeah, that's how I feel. You think Big K is URL exclusive now? No, I don't know. I can't really speak to Big K's affiliations. I know that it was a lot to get him back to URL, because I know that he had like expressed, you know, that he didn't like the way that business was done with them in the past. But he's such a fucking talented dude and such a big name that I'm stoked that they were able to fix that situation, and then we're going to get to see Big K in a small room battle. That's so fucking fire. That's what we want to see. So good shit. And I think I don't know if like they got him all contracted up, but he had talked about coming out here and doing shit with us even. So, hey, Liam Solomon. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And Bar Pong tournament, first Bar Pong tournament is going to be next month. Going to do it the same weekend as the next big event. It's going to be fucking fire. This fool's laughing because I said in 5 years everyone's going to be 40, but it's true. Okay. What else? Why not? Did you see John talking about URL making Loso do a PG? No, I did not. That's funny. You figure that Loso would be one of those dudes that, you know, did enough in other leagues to be exempt from a PG. But I mean, I know that they're like pretty strict about their system. I don't know, like I would make Loso do a BOTZ tryout. So I guess there's levels to this shit. And but I don't know. I don't know if doing a PG would even be the worst thing for Loso. It's not like he wouldn't kill it, but I guess that there's that level of like, why are you gonna, you know, put me down here when he's the type of guy who draws and does numbers on battles. So I don't know. Whatever. You fools doing any BOTZ shows in the LA, or is it a Bay thing? Oh, we were talking about that. We've done like shit with Ruin Your Day, and I think that we actually were talking with Avocado when he was out here about, you know, doing stuff back and forth. So definitely, I think we're gonna, you know, later this year we'll see kind of Ruin Your Day, counterproductive crossover shit, whether it be like bar pong or like whatever. Like, you know, we will be doing their watches, they'll be doing our Dirtbag Dan show, back and forth stuff. As far as like live events, Ruin Your Day hasn't done a live event yet, and we've only done events in the Bay Area so far. So until like that changes, then probably not. Like I said, I'm not focused on doing events in LA because I feel like LA has a lot of platforms for people to battle. They got LA Battlegrounds and URL West shit. And King of the Dot, I think, intends to do events out there, but ain't no one fucking with the Bay, so that's what we doing. Woo, 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 woo. Loso vs. Caustic, fire battle. I like it. I'd love to get A-Ward out here. I'm such a fucking fan of A-Ward. He's so good. And I don't have to give him any drugs. Fucking awesome. It's a win-win. He'll show up sober, like fire. I can't get him too stoned. I can't bill collector him. Like, this is gonna be the shit. So we're gonna try and get A-Ward out here. He actually has talked to me too about coming out. Man, all your fucking favorite battle rappers are in my inbox. Like, I want to come out here. It's just a matter of picking the right events. So we got some really cool shit lined up. Come back to us. Madflex. We're working on something sicky for Madflex. Last battle he did with us was versus Chilla Jones, which I think is a fucking super slept on heater. If you ain't seen that, go back and watch it from BOTZ 8. Yeah, and he's like the first guy that ever came through our like little tryouts before they were even really tryouts, and then went on to do a lot of stuff. So like Madflex is, I think, the OG BOTZ guy. Whether he likes it or not, we're claiming you, bud. You're ours. What up, Blue? What it do? Blue! Kilowatts versus Paranormal Ezax. That's fire. Kilowatts walked up to me, dressed like a teddy bear, stared me in the eyes and said, "Hey, can I do a serious battle next time?" And I said, "Fuck yeah, dude. Like, of course." Granted, I mean, you came dressed as a teddy bear. This could have been a serious battle. But Fair enough, kilowatts. So we will be seeing more kilowatts in the future. We're gonna fucking wrap this guy up, guys. Any more questions before I take off? I did just want to say, if you haven't already copped the BOTZ 9 VOD, please do support the movement. We are dropping the first battle from BOTZ 9 later this evening. It is the Royal Rumble, and the voting will start at botzbattles.com tonight. So one of these guys is going to win $500 and is going to set themselves up for one of those title contention matches. So big deal. The guys did great, man. It was a fucking awesome Rumble all the way around. I'm really looking forward to see who you guys think won. I think after a few watches, I have an idea of who I think won, but we're going to discuss it on the show. After the vote comes in, we'll choose a winner that day and then take it from there. But that's only one battle. So if you guys don't want to wait to watch the other 14 battles, including a Rumble and Bar Pong that came from BOTZ 9 VOD, then cop that shit today. It's over 5 hours of shit for $25. Fuck yeah. It's like $5 an hour. I mean, shit. I spend more on backwoods in a day, baby. As you can see. Mulips versus Incredible. Mulips is incredible. And so is Incredible. And we'd love to have both of those dudes back. Against each other? Sure. Fucking crazy. Somebody said an awesome battle for Incredible the other day, and I can't remember what it was. We were talking about it. It was something good. But yeah. I see Lush is in here because I see chicken emojis. Everybody throw up your chicken/rooster emojis for the boy Lush. 667 all day. Come check out your boy performing at the Catalyst with Dr. Octagon tomorrow night in the main room. It's going to be fucking cracking. Fredo's going to be there. Reverse Live, Caustic, probably Frack, probably All Day Dirt, the whole squad. So I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in to 30s. We'll see you guys on Monday for the Dirtbag Dan show. Remember, we're giving away stuff on behalf of King of the Dot for donating to our Patreon. And you guys can donate to our Patreon too. We just updated all this shit. Patreon.com/counterproductive. I have so many like websites to remember. It's fucking annoying. I'm gonna get them all tattooed on me. You know what I mean? I'll just be like patreon.com/counterproductive, youtube.com/dirtbagdantv. Like fucking Memento and shit. What's my name? @dirtbagdan408. All right. Love you guys. Peace. Stay up. Fuck Tom McDonald. And R.I.P. Kanika Jenkins.
Your mama can choose. I'm jumping on shrooms like Mario 2. Me and the squad smoking shots in the booth. Fully out, I keep shots in the coop. Offended be plotting and watching my moves. I sit and wonder what Obama would do.
Like fucking with Dan, what's your plan of attack? Have a panic attack, ain't no planning for that. Say people acting like this ain't a slap. People that think that the planet is flat. Damn, it's a rap. Bitches be pouring some rock. I just put 4 in the pop. Ignoring these thoughts. These bitches is boring. I don't give a fuck if they foreign or not.
Everyone litty, this shit is official. Don't talk to the boy, he's a schizo. I'm riding around with my clip in the pistol. Strippers of hundreds, I'm gripping the pistol. Smoke it in Oakland, I get it for Frisco. All of my cookie vanilla in the biscuit. Slick at the Crisco. Disco cab, you feeling like Klitschko.
Goddamn right, I've been.